DeBrosse, the gun lawyer.
Ohio gun lawyer Cheshire DeBrosse here today with my associate Michael Truman answering some questions about businesses and guns today, as well as a few other items. Today's question is from Brandon. It says, do you open yourself up to issues by carrying a weapon with an aftermarket trigger or modified trigger? Interesting question. Get it a lot. Michael, what's your take on that?
I don't think so. You know, you could try to have a prosecutor that would make hey, this guy replaced the trigger, but there's nothing inherently about replacing a trigger that makes the gun more dangerous.
Yeah, there's a lot of opinions out there. A lot of experts that'll say, you know, you are opening yourself up to evidence that could come in, that you were looking to kill somebody, you were trying to be a more violent person. Never seen that in my career. I've actually got a lot of friends that are prosecutors, and I've asked them about that, and they said it doesn't happen. But generally it's going to happen with a firearm, at least in the state of Ohio, is that gun's going to be sent to BCI, Bureau of Criminal Investigation. They're going to test to make sure it functions. That's an element the government has to prove if it's a gun crime, that the weapon actually functions. Most of those prosecutors and law enforcement officers don't really even know what a replacement trigger is. They literally just test to see if it fires a bullet. So could it happen? Sure. Do you get an overzealous prosecutor that knows something about that and picks apart the mechanics of a firearm? Is it likely? No. And if it does happen, as long as you don't have a gun where you're etching in it how many people you killed every time you killed them, or you have a crazy, gun that's colored in blood red or something bizarre, I don't think it's really a negative issue. So having a modified trigger to make you more of an expert marksman to defend your life, I don't think is necessarily a horrible thing. People are going to disagree with me, that's fine. But just know that there is some risk, but I don't think it's something that you should concern yourselves with too greatly. Hopefully that answers your question. Next question is from a Fidelis Patriot, and they ask if they catch, quote unquote, you carrying in their business, I'm presuming the business owner, where they clearly posted a no carry sign, can they legally charge you with anything after the police are called? Like, what is the worst case? So we answered that question previously. What's the answer, Michael?
Yeah, it's a misdemeanor of the fourth degree. If you go into a business, there's a no gun sign conspicuously posted, misdemeanor of the fourth degree, it's punishable by up to 30 days in prison. So if you see one of those signs, just don't go in. It's not worth the hassle.
Dan asked the next question. This is one of my favorite questions, actually, Dan, and I'm glad you're thinking this way. I think it's one of the most insightful questions that somebody can ask regarding businesses with signs. Are you violating the law if a business posts a sign, but you personally have permission from the officers of the company that own that property to carry? I've never seen it happen, but I will tell you, I think you are violating the law. There is no exception written into the code. I've been hired to research this issue. There's no exception written into the law in the code. I haven't researched it in a couple of years. I don't think there's any case law on it. If there wasn't when I researched it last. So the law says if it's posted, you can't carry. It doesn't say if it's posted, you can't carry unless you have permission. It doesn't say that. They have written laws like that into the code with regards to churches and places of worship, where it says you can't carry unless they give you permission, but they didn't do that with private businesses otherwise. Will you be charged likely? Probably not, because who's going to call the cops? But I've gotten hired by clients that own businesses that rent office space in an office building where the office building owner will say, you can carry, but I got to leave the sign up because I don't want other people carrying. I don't think they can carry, but it's an interesting question. It really is.
And it would just raise a lot of questions. What if there's two owners of a company? One said yes, one said no.
Sure.
That's why they just...
What we generally tell people if it's a business, if it's an office building, and in my client scenario, what I told them to do is, look, they don't have to put a carry sign up on the general areas, but each individual business within that building can put up a sign, and that's what they should do. They should empower their patrons to do that and allow their other patrons to allow people to carry into their business. So that's usually the advice I give moving forward with those types of clients.